Hidden in the high deserts is a land of beauty, a land of mystery, a land of tradition. It is the home of a proud people, my people, the Navajo. For generations we have lived here and died here. We have followed the teachings and traditions of our ancestors. As a Navajo woman, I hold one story sacred in my heart, for it symbolizes our quest for creating beauty in our lives. It is the story of Spider Woman, told by our elders since the beginning of time.
Long ago, when first man and first woman emerged from the earth, the goddess Spider Woman taught them how to weave. She constructed a loom from the sky, sun rays, crystal, and lightning. The weaving tools were made of white shell and sun halos. The spindles were made from lightning, precious stones, and abalone shell. She left our first parents with a promise. If they continued to weave, they would always be able to feed and clothe their children.
Many of us have chosen a life away from the Navajo, or Diné, as we call ourselves. Still, the stories and tradition live on as we share our culture with those around us. Stella Cly is a traditional Navajo woman living on the reservation in Arizona. She is one who has kept the ancient art of weaving alive. Stella's approach to weaving reveals much about our ancient beliefs and our contemporary culture.
That Diné were curious about and fascinated with the way the spider created design and patterns with their webs. This is how the Diné came up with the art form from the spider. They developed the use of yarns from the wool of their goats and sheep. They spun and prepared the yarns and began to weave.
Our gods are among us. They reflect in the object and life that surrounds us. They interact with the Diné in all that we do.
Religion is part of every aspect of life for the traditional Navajo. Prayers and offerings are made daily to the spirits that control the affairs of life.
The very tops of the corn had within a yellow corn pollen. This corn pollen is very sacred, very spiritual for the Diné. Prayer is always accompanied by the corn pollen. One prays for goodness and beauty. These prayers with the corn pollens are for everyone. Nothing is excluded. Heat, food, sheep, goats, horses, all our animals, even the weaving tools for creativity. Everything is included in this prayer.
The spiritual ties that bind the Navajo to the earth and nature also create strong family bonds and traditions. These family ties are vital in today's changing world. With the distractions and enticements of modern life, many of our traditions are vanishing. With each passing generation, few of our youth learn the skills and traditions of our forefathers. Stella's granddaughter, Shauna, is interested in learning about her heritage. She has come to learn the Spider Woman's art.
The art of weaving was conceived long ago for the purpose of our livelihood and well-being. The Diné had this in mind. It has been passed on for many years, for many generations. They were weavers. Now it is our turn to learn it. Today we are only the followers of this great art form, and we are still learning.
In teaching her granddaughter, Stella assumes the traditional role of Spider Woman instructing a new generation of Navajo in the ancient arts.
Each Navajo weaver is endowed with the gift of creativity that, like Spider Woman, springs forth silently from within.
Oh, lede. Löyästä kehästä ani ei se tris. Ade lebe pasalit ade shlilet ade hatrit.
The quality of designs and patterns depends largely on your creativities. It is an important and vital element to rough weaving.
Navajo weavers never draw their designs, but like the spider, allow them to be revealed as their work takes shape. Reflecting the beauty that surrounds them, the weavers have always created vibrant, original work. Mountains, storm clouds, fierce bolts of lightning, the sacred shapes, the powerful gods of our people. The designs give a sense of motion and of life. They are visions into the worlds from which we came, the world where we now dwell, and the worlds where we shall eventually go.
When first man and first woman came to this land, they wished to make it look like the world in which they were created. With the help of the gods, they built 4 sacred mountains. The Navajo live within the boundaries of these 4 mountains.
The land has always been of great importance in Navajo life. In a culture where art, religion, and nature are one, a strong relationship is built between my people and the land where we live. This respect for nature is reflected in each step of the weaving process.
A sheep must be cut and its arms and legs tied together. It is then sheared.
The wool is cleaned of impurities and brushed through 2 stiff combs, a process known as carding. Carding straightens and fluffs the wool, making it easy to spin. The spinning is done with an ancient tool known as the disc whorl spindle.
The spindle will spin with energy and the wool becomes thinner. When the wool looks like string, it is rolled up into balls of yarns.
The hand-spun yarn is now ready to be dyed. Stella uses traditional methods to create the colors she needs.
The colors come from the plant and herbs, which are gathered, chopped, ground, and boiled. They are then used for the dyeing and coloring. The grays, the blacks, and white are natural colors of the sheep.
From the earth comes the loom. 4 sacred sides are formed with trunks of trees. As the blanket is woven, it grows upward from the earth, like all living things.
The convenience of pre-cut lumber and steel pipe has largely replaced the traditional tree loom.
Jo, dit saniki.
The wood frame of this rug loom is very strong and is held tightly together with a ropes. The tightness and rigidity of the loom, the various weaving tool, the yarn, strain itself had to be used with precision and care so that the rug design does not go crooked. The weaving tool include thick and thin long stick, a hand comb, the frame. The stick organize the design and structure of the loom.
The homespun yarn is pulled carefully through the loom. The yarn is pounded into the rug one strand at a time, a painstaking effort made to look easy by experienced hands. To the weaver, one tool stands out in its importance, the hand comb. In addition to its functional value, the comb holds deep symbolism for the Navajo weaver.
The hand comb is shield against hunger and starvation, especially during the times when you are hungry and wondering how and where you will get your next meal. Besides food, it is also symbolized shelter, clothing, especially for your children. Rugs are a source of income to acquire food and clothing.
Ton John ko khan chado santa ko pa jo ya yang ya yang sho de jo hang Ton John ko night is ko santa ko pa jo ya yang ya yang sho de jo hang Ton John ko night logo santa ko pa jo.
Slowly, over days, weeks, and oftentimes months, the weavers work on a single piece. Patiently, they reveal their designs. Stella's work continues across 2 seasons.
Before the Navajo came to the surface of the earth, they lived with the gods below the ground. Spider women led them to the surface. There they emerged from a deep hole. They brought the animals with them to the surface. Sheep, deer, spiders, and all other animals emerged from the underworld.
It is said that even such little forms of life as ants were also created and emerged with the Ne from their place of creation. The armies of ants are like tractors. They are hardworking and striving for precision, in order as they build their maze-like home in the ground, moving rocks and digging their way around.
We, the Dene, emulate nature in all aspects of our lives. As companions in emergence to the Earth's surface, we seek not to subjugate nature, but rather to learn from it.
Hogans are made out of earth and logs. They are round with the entrance facing east to meet the sun at the new day. The hogan begins with the framework of wood logs. People cut down the best trees to build a hogan. I live in a hogan. I tried to live in a house before. I think a person likes living where they are originally from. That is the way it is with me.
Today, most Navajo live in modern houses. However, many of the older people continue to build and live in traditional hogans. The hogan serves as a social and religious center of the family. In the past, the hogan provided the ideal setting for teaching and learning. It is here that the Navajo girls learn to weave.
When I was a very tiny baby, my mother passed away. I never saw or knew her. It was my father who taught me many things. He told me to tend the livestock. Every day as they graze, I gather the plants and herbs used for dyeing. On my own, no one knew. I learned the arts of weaving. On my own, from preparing rock looms for friends and relatives. I learned from helping others. I always tried to be secretive about what I was doing. I tried to do it at home, but someone was always coming or walking by. So the weaving I do now is what I learned growing up.
When a baby girl is born among the Dene, spider webs are rubbed on her arms and hands, ensuring her desire and ability to weave.
Although Shauna goes to modern schools and has been brought up with cultures outside of the reservation, she proves an eager student in learning of our traditional heritage.
I like weaving because it's fun, and when you have nothing to do, you can weave. I like being around my grandmother because she's fun to be with and she can teach you things. Sometimes I like wearing traditional clothes. I only wear them for a ceremony.
Living on the Navajo reservation gives Shauna and other Navajo children a chance to experience traditional life and learn ancient skills and arts. Someday the children will be forced to choose between living on the reservation or venturing out into a very different world. Perhaps the spirit of Spider Woman is strong enough to live on in these children, whatever path they choose to walk.
In beauty, happily I walk. With beauty before me I walk. With beauty behind me I walk. With beauty below me I walk. With beauty above me I walk. With beauty all around me I walk. It is finished again in beauty. It is finished in beauty.
Foremost in the life of the traditional Navajo is the philosophy of beauty. Not just a creed, the Beauty Way, as it is called, becomes a life force that affects every aspect of our existence.
It is of great importance to walk in beauty in all things, to follow the path of true human being. This also inspires your creativity. Weaving is a reflection of our beauty and values. Many Dene, especially our medicine men, will profess the balance and beauty of their lives. It is good. Beauty must encompass every aspect of one's life.
Nowhere is the quest for beauty more apparent than in the Navajo art of weaving. A visit to any reservation trading posts reveals a world of color and design beyond description. The aesthetic qualities of Navajo weaving have made it a highly valued and sought-after art. Truly, Spider Woman was prophetic when she promised my people that weaving would keep our children from going hungry.
I enjoy creating my design. I enjoy my goat and sheep. I also enjoy my rug weaving. I enjoy the weaving because the rugs are beautiful and can be used in many different ways, such as under the saddle of a horse. It is beautiful to see. Rug beautifies and enhances life. That is why I enjoy it.
Navajo weaving symbolizes a way of life. It expresses a way of being in which all life works in cooperation and harmony. As the weaving grows upward from the loom, it assumes a life of its own. It becomes the personification of an ideal. It becomes a life that envelops both the creator and the observer in beauty.
Stella and the traditional Navajo represent this ancient pursuit of beauty. This is reflected in our art, our religion, and our way of life. But what does the future hold for our people and our unique arts, culture, and traditions?
That Dene, as a people, strive to live in harmony and beauty with each other and with nature. That Dene emerged with the exact purpose in mind. Our tradition had existed since the people were created. They had never been forgotten to this day, and we will continue to live this way.
Our ways are ancient and enduring. Times may bring change to our world and our people, but as long as the spirit of the Spider Woman lives in one heart, our traditions, our religion, and our art will live forever.
Tene nishli kwana sha niyo tene niyo tene nishli kwana sha niyo atso shit njono na sha niyo so shitlin no nasha neo dene neo 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 dene nishli kwanasha neo chikseche wajono nasha neo shikeshte wajono nasha neo shikeke wajono nasha neo shiyate